How's it going, billionaire? Today, it's after the holiday season. You know, Christmas just passed. I took a couple of days off just to not do any social media content, and I enjoyed it, man. My Christmas, I don't know if it was necessarily my favorite Christmas ever or anything, but it was a pretty good Christmas. I enjoyed it. Spent time with family, of course, and I honestly enjoyed just not really creating social media content for a couple of days, like honestly. But at the same time, I started to really crave it. Like I wanted just to make something again, just to create anything. So here I am, my first video back on any of my accounts actually. But yeah, I'm about to make a video today about why your value is not based on how you look. And this is an idea that I've kind of touched on already in terms of insecurity, but I want to talk directly about your actual appearance, like your physical body, right? First off, I just want to say, however you look, that's how you're supposed to look. Like, you're not supposed to look any other way. I don't want anyone out there to think they need to get, like, for the ladies, like cosmetic surgery, or for the guys thinking you need to take steroids and get big as shit. Like, you are the way you are, and that's amazing. And I think a lot of times, all that it really is we want to chase, like, being approved by certain people. Like, we want a certain group of people to see us and approve of how we look, or even just a particular person. Like, maybe you just want a partner in life, so you feel like you need to look a certain way to get that partner. But one thing I've truly realized is that when you chase looking a certain way, like when you genuinely try so hard to, I don't know, just look a certain way, or like for women just to be a certain level of attraction, or for guys like to be big or whatnot, right? Like when you just chase that so hard, you end up only attracting people that value you based on that thing. So like if you're a girl, right, and you want so badly just to be like the most attractive girl in the world, right? You will attract guys, but it'll be guys that only see you, or guys that only value you because of how you look. And for guys, like if you're trying so hard to be the biggest, strongest guy in the world, you will attract women, but you're only going to attract women who only value you based on you being the biggest, strongest guy. So the point is, you got to ask yourself, do you want to be valued based on your looks, or do you want to be valued based on you as a person, like all the things that encompass you? Because this is kind of actually a bonus video, and this is like the original idea I was going to go with today, was that ultimately speaking, whatever you are internally is what you're going to attract. Like if you're a person who is very insecure and you really, really, really desire, just to be the biggest or the most attractive, like I said, that you're going to attract someone else who's just as insecure and wants the same thing. But at the same time, if you're someone who's genuinely at peace at how you look, you're genuinely, focusing on other things in life besides your appearance, and you're just trying to become a overall well-developed, just well-rounded person, you're going to attract someone else just like that. And I think if you look at like, whether it be people in your family, your friends, or just anyone who's in a relationship, you'll probably notice that a lot of them are with like the right person. Like they're with the person who genuinely encompasses a lot of what they are. Like they're literal like people that are similar in a lot of ways. And the funny thing is, they themselves might not see that, like they might not realize it, but when you really look at it, you can tell like why certain people are together, because they are very similar. And even too, like some people aren't necessarily the exact same person. Like a lot of people say like, oh, opposites attract, which is somewhat true, but I really don't think it's as true as people make it seem. I think maybe sometimes personality traits can be opposite, but the actual internal, being of a person, a lot of times that's what you're going to attract, someone else who's just like that. But this isn't even just about like romantic partners. This is about just like everything in life. Like however you are internally is what's going to attract other people, or what's going to attract just anyone into your life. So genuinely speaking, one of the overall main points of this video, like honestly speaking, like wipe everything I just said to you, right? The main thing you gotta take away is stop worrying so much about how people perceive you, or just how people value you and whatnot, and just worry about how you value yourself. Worry about the internal work that you're doing for yourself, because inevitably speaking, you'll find the right people, the right friends, the right partner, just the right life that encompasses what you are internally. And one thing I'll say too is like, a lot of times we kind of, I don't know what the right word to say is, we kind of think that certain people, whether they're attractive or look a certain way, that their life is just perfect just because they look a certain way. But in all reality, a lot of times, like, their life isn't very perfect or even that good sometimes. And it's not to say that all people are like that. You can be attractive and have an amazing life, of course. But even that too, the people who are attractive in life, that genuinely they're most happy, are people who don't value themselves on being attractive. They might value themselves on completely opposite things of that. You know, whether it be their mind or, you know, the good things they do in the world, just whatever it may be. So you as a person too, realize your value, it generally speaking can be in anything. Your value doesn't have to be in any particular thing, but if you choose to put it in your attractiveness or your looks, then you're only going to attract a life that is based around that. And so you just gotta ask yourself, do you want to live that life? Do you want to live a life where people only value based on how you look? Because one day you're gonna get older, you know, looks are gonna fade in some ways. So do you want to be a person who genuinely surrounds themselves with people who value them for things much deeper than just how they look on the surface? It's your choice. But thank you for listening. I hope that you don't value other people as well and how they look and not just yourself. Because that's something I've really struggled with, honestly, in my life. I've internally always cared about how I look so much, but I've also realized that a big reason for that is because how much I cared about how other people looked. So I would internally feel the same way. Or, I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like, show the same level of humility for other people as you want to see for yourself. Don't value other people on how they look as much as you want other people not to value you on how you look. But thank you for listening once again. I hope you have a great end to the year, a great holiday season, just whatever you're going through. I hope it all works out. But thank you for listening again, once again. Goodbye, and I love you.